Welcome to Veteran Voices SITREP with your hosts, Tom and Chris Faust.
Welcome to Veteran Voices. I am your co-host, Tom Faust, and this is my son, Chris. And here we are with another episode of Veteran Voices SITREP. Today, we're going to continue our study or information on alternative therapies for emotional expression and healing. Alternative ways that veterans can find healing from PTSD and other issues that they've experienced in their military service. And so today, we're going to talk about nature and outdoor therapy. So these are things that going outside, just being out in the sunlight and doing things outside can improve your mood and your sense of community, mindfulness, things like this by getting together with people and doing things and not just sitting at home, kind of worrying about the things that you've experienced. Do you want to start off with something, Chris?
Yeah. So, excuse me. Yeah. So, nature does play an important role in therapy, and it can be a powerful tool for healing and well-being. Something about spending time in nature that shows, it's been shown to reduce stress because you're just kind of out there. There's no outside influences. It's just, it's all outside influences, but no like city hustle and bustle influences. So you're going to have it's going to be, you're going to have different sounds and like scents and a different atmosphere to just kind of focus on life around you instead of focusing on, what's going on, in the city or elsewhere. It's just, you're focusing on you. And that's also been shown to kind of improve your mood too, because you're not dealing with the stress of others yelling at you or, criticizing you. It's just you and the outdoors.
Yeah, and outdoor activities like hiking and biking, kayaking, various things that you can do just to get out in nature, to see the green or whatever, depending where you are. If you're in the desert, there won't be as much, but to experience what's the sounds and the smells and everything of nature, and just like Chris said, away from the hustle and bustle of the city, just has a calming effect. And doing things like the hiking, biking, that kind of thing, just getting that physical activity, gets your heart going, gets your blood flowing, just kind of makes you it just improves your mood. It's just overall, like any kind of exercise would do. It releases endorphins and things that improve your mood and help you to just feel better in general. This spending time in nature can help you cultivate mindfulness and presence and helps veterans to stay in the moment and just enjoy the nature and see how things flow.
A lot of these things too are good to do with people. So you don't always have to do it by yourself. You can, get your sense of community, participate in outdoor activities with others, whether it's, families, friends, other veterans. And that can also help you, get in tune with things because you're around like-minded people or people so you don't have to feel uncomfortable. And then doing these outdoor activities, whether they're by yourself or with others, can give you a sense of accomplishment, and mastery because you're doing things, you're accomplishing something, and that can be beneficial for veterans who may be struggling with the feelings of helplessness or powerlessness. I mean, you're out in nature; it's you against it kind of a thing, and it gives you a sense of accomplishment. Hey, I can be out here. I don't need to be around a computer or a phone or a TV. I can just be myself out here.
Yeah, and on that note, there's a lot of groups that you can join. There's hiking groups that you can find, or biking groups where you can actually meet people. Or if you don't find one, try and start one. Use Meetup or something to find people interested, and particularly you can probably find other veterans interested in hiking or biking that have shared similar experiences and things that you can have, understand each other's conversation. You kind of know each other a little better. And all of this helps to encourage a connection with nature. Spending time outdoors, kind of gives you connection with the natural world, and that can be, sort of a natural healing and restorative process. And certainly the change of scenery, the outdoor activities, this can, give you a break from the daily routines and give you, it can be particularly beneficial for veterans who are struggling with boredom or lack of purpose. It gives you something to do outside. So, nature, it's a powerful tool for healing well-being, and all of this, putting these outdoor activities into your daily routine can really help, to experience a lot of different benefits, physical and mental.
Yeah, and there's also going a little further into that, where we've been, kind of touching on the individual aspect of being out in nature and doing things. There's actually outdoor therapy programs, adventure therapy or wilderness therapy, that are kind of like interventions that use these outdoor activities as a means of promoting personal growth and healing and well-being. So a lot of what you'll see with these is group environments, but you're outside, whether it's, sitting on stumps around something, you're in a general environment that you can identify with, where, it's a place that's peaceful for you. And the goals of these outdoor therapy programs can vary on the program, individual needs, but there are some common goals of these programs.
Yeah, and these programs help you to build self-esteem and confidence too. They're very well structured and often have very challenging activities that will require you to step outside of your comfort zone and develop some new skills. And really, you never, just in anything in life, you never grow inside your comfort zone. Your comfort zone, you stay the same. And so if you want to grow, you want to improve, you want to heal, then you want to do these things that help you move out of your comfort zone. And a group situation, especially one that's organized with trainers, they will help you, sort of like a coach. They'll help you step out of your comfort zone and get better at something and improve.
Yeah, one of those things can be social skills. So when you're in these therapy programs, they often involve group activities that require communication, collaboration, teamwork, and these activities can help participants develop social skills, build relationships with others, and kind of take you also back to, when you were in the military, where teamwork was needed. You had to be a team in order to get through everything. This kind of can reassociate that with you and give you a sense of comfortableness with it.
Yeah, and it helps, all of this, and helps improve your physical health as well. These structured therapy programs, they often involve physical activities that can improve your health and your well-being and your state of mind. And they help participants build strength and endurance and flexibility. I know for me, when I was in the Army, I was in really good shape. They kept me exercising every day, and I got out and basically just stopped. It's like, well, I've had enough of that for a while. I need to take a break. And over time, that break isn't good for you. You really want to continue that exercise and that physical activity that keeps you strong and just keeps you flexible and helps you not only physically, but also mentally.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing that was my mindset of when I got out of the military was, all right, yeah, they made me work out and do all this stressful stuff for 4 years. I'm done with it. I want to take a little break. And then that little break turned into years. And now I'm at a point where it's like, all right, I need to fix that again, which is a lot more difficult than it was when you were young. So, but kind of touching base with the individual aspect, these therapy environments, they do also, they cultivate that mindfulness and presence, sense of accomplishment. And I think the biggest part of it is the therapeutic environment of everything, the structure. Trained professionals will help you. They can provide individual and group therapy sessions. as well as support and guidance throughout the program.
And for veterans, there are a number of elements about nature and outdoor activities that can be particularly impactful. That we've kind of touched on these already to some extent, but the connection with nature, you find a sense of peace and healing when you're out in nature, and being in these environments can provide a calming and relaxing place for you, and it can be beneficial for your mental health and well-being. And the physical activity as well, such as the hiking, biking, kayaking that we mentioned earlier. They can be fun and enjoyable and ways to increase your physical activity and help keep you in shape, and overall improve your health and well-being and just reduce some of the symptoms of PTSD and other challenges that you may be facing. Yeah,
mindfulness and presence is a big part of that too, because you want to cultivate the mindfulness and presence too, which will help veterans stay in the moment and reduce the rumination or negative thinking patterns, and then again the sense of community that you get when you participate in these outdoor activities with others. Definitely beneficial for veterans who may be feeling isolated or disconnected.
Yeah, and these especially the group things that you can do outside, the group activities, you can really kind of challenge each other to do more, to go farther, to work harder, to get stronger. And this can really give you a sense of accomplishment and can definitely help you with feelings of helplessness and powerlessness. It's always good to have a challenge and to work with others, and purpose and meaning, which can be beneficial to you for if you're struggling with any lack of direction or sense of purpose. Engaging in these activities can help give you that.
Yeah, and then it's also interesting too is the exposure to natural light. The vitamin D that you get from being out in the sun, spending time outdoors. It can provide exposure to that, or it does provide exposure to natural light, which can be beneficial for your mood, overall health. But one of the fascinating things too is the sensory stimulation. So that's kind of touching back to where you're around different sounds and sights and smells that you may not normally get. Being in the city, living in the suburbs, you don't normally get that. All that's been torn down to build houses and businesses and things like that. And then you get out into a forest or a national park or something that's away from that hasn't been affected by society, can really open up some new thought patterns and some different ways of thinking and relaxing yourself.
And there are a number of programs and research findings that help highlight the success of nature therapy for veterans. And the Veterans Affairs Therapeutic and Adaptive Sports Program, for instance, they offer a variety of things for veterans, including outdoor activities and hiking and fishing and skiing. Depending on the time of year and where you live, they'll have different activities that you could do. And these have been shown to improve the physical and mental health outcomes for veterans, especially regarding PTSD and depression. And then the something called Warrior Expeditions. It's interesting. It's a nonprofit organization that provides outdoor therapy for veterans, including long-distance hiking and biking and paddling trips. So these would be potentially multi-day events. Participants have found that the program has been associated with significant reductions in the symptoms of PTSD, depression, and anxiety.
Yeah, another one out there is the Sierra Club Military Outdoors. And they also offer a variety of outdoor programs for veterans: hiking, camping, climbing, and a study of this outdoors club. Study from the participants found that the program was also associated with significant improvements in mental health outcomes.
And research has shown that nature therapy can be effective for veterans with PTSD and other mental health challenges. A study published in the Journal of Traumatic Stress found that nature-based therapy programs were associated with significant reductions in the symptoms of PTSD and depression in veterans. And another study published in the Journal of Anxiety Disorders found that the nature-based therapy program was associated with significant reductions in anxiety symptoms with veterans for veterans with PTSD as well.
And one of the ones, this isn't my cup of tea, but there's something for everybody. There's a place called Project Healing Waters Fly Fishing. And what they do, it's a nonprofit organization that provides these fly fishing programs for disabled veterans. A study of the Project Healing Waters participants found that the program was associated with a significant mental health improvements and reduced symptoms of PTSD. But if you like fishing, this is one way to get that in your system as well.
Another one called Higher Ground Sun Valley. It's a nonprofit organization that provides outdoor therapies for veterans, including skiing and snowboarding, mountain biking programs. And a study of Higher Ground participants found that the program was associated with significant improvements in mental health outcomes as well, including, again, reduced symptoms of PTSD and depression.
Yeah, looks like we're finding a lot of these things help with this. It's amazing what outdoors and activities can do. The more you give your brain to think about and do, the less you focus on either, kind of what got you to a place, or, things that you don't really want to think about instead of stewing on that the entire time. All of the research findings on these things help with this. They're meant to give you things to do to spark an interest in something. Heck, you might not even know if you have an interest in something, and you try fly fishing and you're like, wow, okay, I like this. It's something I can do. Same thing goes with biking, hiking, climbing. Just getting out there and doing stuff in nature helps take your mind off of the bad and put the focus into a new hobby or something that you might end up enjoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a matter of fact, my dad, your grandfather, enjoyed fly fishing. He would go out once in a while and he just found it to be very relaxing. I don't know if he caught a lot of fish, but it was just a time of spending time with nature and casting that line out over the water and seeing what happens. And for fly fishing, you're not generally at a lake, you're more in a river. And so the water's flowing and you have the sounds of the water and all that. And I think that can all be very helpful. So overall, these programs demonstrate the potential for nature therapy for veterans, and incorporating these in your life and your recovery can really help and can help you experience a number of benefits, physical and mental.
Yeah, I'm glad we talk about these things too, to push these options out there, because people might not know about them. I mean, I didn't even really know about this stuff until we started doing a little digging into this to talk about it. It's like, it's crazy how much stuff is out there that you wouldn't normally think of. Well,
I know. And just, from my experience, I've always enjoyed camping, going out and spending a few days or a week or whatever, out in the woods someplace, it used to be a tent, and then it was a travel trailer, and don't have that anymore. So I might go back to a tent. I don't know. We'll see. But I just still enjoy the camping. I just love being in the outdoors and sitting, listening to the wind in the trees, and there's water nearby, hearing the water in the river or the waves on the lake. All that is just, I just find it to be very relaxing and a good way to spend some vacation time.
Yeah, I remember the trailer camper. That brings back some fond memories.
Uh-huh. All right, so I think that about covers it for today. But we again, as usual, thank you for watching and or listening, and really appreciate the time you take to learn these things. And I hope that they're helpful, because our whole purpose is to help you, the veteran, find ways to improve and to gain clarity of mind, and just to feel better about yourself and about the world, about everything, and get back into associating with people, and really just make a good transition to civilian life.
Yeah, and we're just putting these things out there too. Feel free to do your own research. Not everything might be for you, but you might end up finding something. You might find more information that we didn't find. So, and it never hurts to look into it. And we just hope that any of this stuff here just kind of gives you that little oomph to help yourself with it, to find something to do. Or if you know somebody who could use this, give it to them, give them a good starting ground to go to. Yeah.
And we would really appreciate it if you would, comment on our podcast. If you would share this with others, especially if you know someone that needs a little bit of this, a little bit of help in this area, by all means, share with them. And again, next time we will continue on this theme. Right now we're in a theme of various alternative therapies, being alternative to things like medications and some of the things that normally people would go through. So trying to give you alternatives. And I think that's it today, Chris. Anything else?
No, do it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you.
All right. Till next time.
Till next time.